Hello, Soul Light. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you find some insight and understanding here. Those of you that have been traveling with me for a while on the soul path, welcome back. It's always great to connect with you. For this reading, we're going to be looking at messages from your soul, specific messages that are important right now for your soul path, as well as get any guidance from your soul, any direction, as well as what you need to be focusing on and what is manifesting for you at this time on your soul path. In the channeled portion of the reading that I do ahead of time before I hit record, I was getting a lot to do with turning points and new directions. So there is either preparation for big moves and changes, or you are in the middle of big moves and changes. And for many of you, these could be literal moves. You've got a lot of soul support right now. And many of you are so opening up to your souls so much more. You're really connecting in through your higher self. And so therefore, your outer world, the 3D world, is changing. So there's been a lot of shift and change in your inner world, in your mind, your emotions, your mindset. Some of you, even your physical body. There has been some overcoming challenges and difficulties there. So this is going to start manifesting for you in the 3D reality. As always, ways to connect with me are in the description box. As always, also, the timestamps are in the description box as well. This is Soul Story number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. You can skip ahead. I'm going to do a meditation just to align further. If you'd like to join me, that would be great. And if not, that's okay. So Soul Light, as always, trust your intuition. Take time to pause and align into your true nature, your true voice of deeper understanding. To connect in to your own intuition, to your own inner psyche, connecting into the psychic realm of your being. To attune further heart to heart, soul to soul, we're going to take a slow, conscious, deep breath in and pause at the top of the breath. Yes, as you breathe out, relax into the body. Feel your connection into your body, the vessel and vehicle for soul expression on this dimension. Take another deep breath in, and this time breathe up about 1 foot to 2 feet above the crown chakra. There's a natural pause there. Connect into that natural pause point. And as you breathe out, begin to feel your energy extend and expand around you. Now feel the breath in your body with each inhalation and each exhalation. Feel that life force animating energy in your body as your body. Take a deeper breath in. Pause at the top of the breath. Release the breath, consciously breathing down through the center of your body, out through the chakras at the soles of your feet. Breathing down into the Earth Star Chakra, begin to feel yourself more centered and aligned. Feel your connection to the earth. Now draw in the breath, pulling slightly up through the breath. Back up, out through the crown, past the crown, another 2 to 3 feet above the crown chakra, connecting into the soul star chakra. Take another breath into the soul star chakra. Breathe out. Feel your energy extending, expanding as you breathe out, drawing the energy down through the chakras at the soles of your feet, in through the earth star chakra. And keep this breath in your own pace and pattern. Breathing back in through the crown, up through the center of the soul star chakra, extending as much as you feel comfortable to. And as you breathe out through the heart chakra, feeling the heart and lungs extending and expanding. Breathing out into the world, out into the universe. Breathing back in the light from the world and the universe. Breathing back down through the soul star chakra. Breathing up through the earth star chakra, up through the crown. Breathing down and out from the soul star chakra to the earth star chakra, and breathing up from the earth star chakra up through the heart, connecting into the heart chakra, breathing out into the world, into the universe, feeling the interconnectedness and the love, and breathing back that interconnectedness and love. Now, as always, letting your intuition guide you to the card or cards that reflect the messages that are right for you at this time on your soul path. And now join me for the individual soul stories for each soul group. Hello, Soul Light. Wonderful to connect with you. All right, so we're looking at soul messages. Your soul has some messages for you. You chose the Star card. A very magical and mystical card, the card of Aquarius, the water barrier. And it's the Star card. There's a lot of hope, there's a lot of renewal, there is a lot of releasing on a karmic level. You are releasing past patterns, past programming. You are releasing and altering generational, not just generational trauma, but generational focus or societal focus. So there's a new focus coming in for you on a soul level. I'm also getting a lot to do with like spider medicine, connecting with the weaver of your own life and connecting back into inspiration. You also chose follow your heart. That's a specific message for you. And I want to say that your heart leads. Your heart leads you to where you want to go, where you need to go. You are coming into a heart opening and a heart expansion. Your soul wants you to know that it is time to open your heart to more experiences in life, to more people in life. You're going to be guided by synchronicities. You're syncing up. You'll probably be seeing the number 1111 a lot. Some of you 444 for protection. 1111, you are being guided to new soul connections. You're linking up or syncing up. You're syncing up to have synchronistic experiences that are guiding you in a new direction on your path. Trust your heart at this time. You're letting something go, a perception of yourself, a perception of life you are letting go of. So this time of Pluto and Aquarius is going to be very powerful for you. Also with, put this here, we have, Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm doing the reading, I believe in the next month, Pluto goes retrograde and Saturn as well. So this is really a time for you to remember. You're getting into a collective memory. And this collective memory is having you connect with people that might be a little different than you, or people that seem different than you, but actually there's a very strong connection with you or with them. I'm also getting a lot with you with teaching, talking, podcasting. You're being asked by your soul to do more in the world, or more collectively, or more on a group level. I'm also getting that it is about speaking your truth through your feelings, what you feel to be true, and to know that you are being nurtured and guided. This heart opening that you're having is causing you to connect more with your soul, to believe in yourself more, trust yourself more. You are literally moving from fear into faith. You're moving into a time where you begin to notice more of the results. You're noticing more of what is transpiring for you, and you're going to begin to notice, probably in about a 2 to 3 month period of time from whenever you're watching this video, you're going to be moving into a time of seeing a lot of synchronicities, a lot syncing up or lining up for you. And you're going to find yourself in some kind of new group, undertaking, focus. For some of you, it could be job, it could be a different aspect of your career path, because you are coming into a different alignment, a soul alignment. You're moving into more of a soul alignment, I would say. So there's a lot of messages from your soul that we're going to be getting into. Okay, let's put this. Oh, I'm really feeling also for you the quartz crystal. The star card. Let me make sure that you can see this. I always look at these cards. The first card is really like a guide card. It really shows what is coming up for you, or the direction you need to go in, which is to follow your heart, which is also intuition. Now, the heart chakra is what makes us feel good about something, what makes us feel that something is life confirming or life enhancing. So when we follow our heart, there's an attunement that takes place that allows more of soul alignment. It's not about emotionalism. It's energy in motion. It's very metaphysical to physical, in the sense that what brings a sense of relief to your heart, an opening, a relaxing of the heart muscles, the heart constriction. Some of you may have had something going on with your heart. You may have noticed that. It does show that there's a relief and a releasing of that. So you also may want to do heart openers. I just heard chakra balancing also, and got this. Yeah. Why? Because the 5 of Pentacles. So you are looking at, where am I going? Is where I was the right place to be? Was I off track? Was I off path? So you're coming into a time of a lot of contemplation, a redirection of energy, and a reevaluating, a reviewing right now. And so the soul is reaching out to you to say your heart is going to lead you in the right direction. You have to reintegrate the heart into your life at this time. 1, passion. 1 of Wands, passion, purpose. What ignites you? So that's also heart energy. What ignites you? What brings vitality into your life? That's the direction that you want to go in. 5 of Cups, look at this. Okay, we've got 2 5s, so that's bringing change. There's a new influence coming in. Your soul is asking you to be hopeful. So I'm going to just lay out a couple more of the cards. The King of Pentacles. Right under the 5 of Pentacles. And then we've got the 6 of Pentacles. And then we've got the 4 of Wands, which wanted to come out in reverse. So I'm going to take a clarifier for that, because it shows something is not quite complete. You're not quite complete. Okay, so let me tune in to the soul messages. Then we will get some clarifiers. Oh, death. Okay, that makes sense. Because 4 of Wands has to do with some kind of completion and a next level. I'm going to put that right there as the influence that comes in. So, a lot with you with, okay, this card also wanted to come out. Knight of Pentacles, patience, keeping to the work for work's sake. Virgo, Capricorn energy. Taurus too, but it's work for work's sake. It's building something, creating something. So you're having to wait a bit of time now, okay, so your soul is saying, you're going to be receiving new input. Now the soul is, because of the work that you've been doing and what your focus in life right now, and the healing and reviewing and contemplating and not wanting to rush in. This is definitely the card of not rushing in. You're not wanting to rush into anything. You're keeping things very much to a process. Okay, there's a lot of Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Scorpio. Of course, we've got Aquarius with the star card. What is coming in for you is a new influence. So you're opening up, that you've been doing some kind of heart healing or healing from past disappointments. You're finding, a lot of you are finding that something that you were doing is not helpful to you. Okay, now this could be some overeating, over drinking, keeping busy. You could be coming out of a phase of feeling more depressed or held back. But there is some kind of renewed energy and focus that's coming in from you, from your soul, that is going to bring some kind of upliftment. Now you will see this upliftment in the physical world, in the 3D world, through new people in your life, or at least for some of you, a new person or the deepening of a particular relationship, a friendship. It could be a create mate or colleague. There is a deepening of some kind of friendship, some kind of connection on your path, and you are opening the door through syncing up to the next level of your soul's vibrational frequency. In other words, your ego, your personality is opening up more to your soul. But you've had to go through all this healing that you've had to go through. And the healing that you've had to go through has to do with some of you financial things not working out financially for you. Or perhaps I feel with this soul group, you've been trying and trying and trying, and something hasn't paid off. And so you're starting to doubt yourself, you're starting to worry, or you've been worried. You've tried different things, they haven't worked. So there is going to be a new idea that comes from someone that you're meeting, or a group of people that you're meeting, or a new group. A lot of you are stretching out more on social media, so I do feel you're getting more of a connection with people, maybe more of a following. Maybe some of you are working subscription based, so there's more subscriptions coming through for you. What your soul wants you to know, though, is you are in a deep transformation, and you also have deep transformational powers. So with this death card here, there is some kind of deep transformation taking place, and it requires a letting go. With the 5 of Pentacles here, 5 of Cups, your soul wants you to know you're going to be letting go. There's a letting go, either of an agenda, a dream, a goal, a desire, a person, a job. You're having to let go of something that you see. I can't go further with this, or it's completed. That's why the 4 of Wands was reversed, because there's something that's not quite completed yet, or you're ready for it to be completed, but it's not completed, or you weren't ready for it to be completed. So yeah, see, your soul is saying you need to be flexible right now. Flexible in the people around you, flexible in what you're doing, flexible on what you're focused on. It's not a time to push your will. Come more from the heart, or compassion or understanding right now in your life. So that's going to help you a lot, coming from the place of compassion and understanding. Wow, these 2 cards. Wow, and I saw this card and I didn't want to take it. Grounding and psychic development. Wow. So look at these cards. Be flexible, be adaptable right now. Your soul is saying there are new gifts, there are new abilities that are coming through. Your psychic development needs to be grounded more. You need to ground your spiritual essence, your spirituality, your spiritual understanding, your spiritual wisdom more in your everyday life for this next level. So care of the body, slow down, take it slower. Be more flexible in your ideas, your thoughts of how something is supposed to happen, or how something is to manifest. You're really being asked to connect into more heart energy, seeing through the heart, believing again, feeling through the heart, whether it's about a person, a situation, job, or your life in general. Your soul is saying the psychic input will come through. Now, psychic, the word psychic comes from, or inner psyche comes from psychic, or psychic comes from psyche, which means soul in Latin. So you are connecting in with your soul. You're feeling differently, soul story number one. You're starting to feel differently about your life, or about something in your life. You can feel there's something new coming in, almost imperceptible. And you might want to put a name to it. You might want to call it something, but it is these deep transformative powers from the universe that are coming through you, from source energies into your soul and through your higher self into your very own ego personality. The hologram that you are on the earth plane is changing, and you're having to ground in those changes. Your soul is saying there will be enough. The money will be there. You will get the money. The money will be there. Whatever that means, whoever that's for, you'll have the money. You're going to get the money. So if you've been wondering about something, about finances, that is coming through for you. Okay, again, what do we get here with this card? We get joy. Wow, powerful. All these cards are sticking together. Look at this. This is what you need to connect to. Joy and laughter. You're going to love this. And letting go. And where is letting go? Right under the death card. So your soul is very much coming out. Let go, follow your heart, take care of your heart, do more that brings laughter and joy into your life. You've got to lighten up. You've got to kind of laugh at situations, laugh at circumstances right now, that things are changing for you. Things are picking up. With that Ace of Wands, One of Wands, things are picking up for you. There is going to be some kind of change or transformation in your life, but you have to let go of preconceived ideas. I'm hearing it's not going to happen in the way that you thought. There's been a change of plans, okay? So I just want to get these cards out so you can see them better. But these cards all stuck together. Joy, laughter, and letting go. So I find that very, very telling. And the letting go, of course, the letting go ties right into flexibility. You have to be more flexible in your approach, in your expectations at this time, because there is this huge, huge healing that is taking place. You're literally following your heart. You're following a new direction. This is also telling me that there is some form of renewal, but it is taking its time. You might be thinking, oh my God, it's taking too much time. Let's see if we can get any ideas of timing. I'm going to look at any areas of your house with the astrology cards to see what area of your life is being most affected or will be. Wow, 5th house, where you find fun, romance, and creative things that you're proud of. This is putting things out there in the world. I feel for a lot of you, it's online or projects, creativity, and bringing that romance after deep hurt and heartache into your life. Really focusing on joy, laughter, and letting go. 5th house is not necessarily worrying about the consequences of something. In other words, not being so result oriented. Create or put projects out there in the world. So let me go back in. So the soul is saying, well, your guides are coming in now. Lighten up, we got you. Your spirit team is saying, lighten up, we got you. You just had a little blip or bump in the road. The area that's most going to change around you has to do with children. For some of you, dating, romance, see how it fits. Creativity, very creative. You are, one of the things your soul is bringing down in through you now. There's something with your psychic development, trusting your intuition, following that, and creating from that. So you could get some downloads or channeling or some, with that Ace of wands there, you could get some great ideas that then you put into some kind of form, some kind of creative form. It could be a book, it could be cards, it could be jewelry making, design. It's any kind of project that requires creativity, creative solutions, and inspiration. Many of you are bringing a lot of inspiration into the world, actually, also. So I'm going to bring this back, camera back just a little so you're able to see more. Yeah. All right, any other message? Let's look and see. We're going to pick a couple more cards. Your soul is definitely saying, lighten up, don't give them too much, and follow your heart, follow your creativity, your creative ideas. Just lighten up. Joy, laughter. There is more joy and laughter coming in your life. Many of you are getting out of some kind of job where you weren't being so creative. Now, some of you, it's shark, you feel like something isn't safe or safe to be around. Now, shark also brings the idea of boundaries. You know, sharks circle. So there could be something for you with boundaries, with what you're creating. It may be that you don't share everything that you're doing. You could feel there's sharks around you at work or something in your environment that you're not feeling as safe. So I'm definitely hearing with this soul group that there's something to do with boundaries with you. You've got to focus. And then spider, what did I say earlier? Spider medicine. You know, and tarantulas have all that fur that's a protection. So there's a lot with you, and I'm getting as above is so below. So you're definitely connecting in with the creative principle of the universe. And so again, it's don't reveal everything, don't overtalk, overshare. Work on your projects, but have a joy, have a contemplative, meditative approach to what you're doing. Okay, Spirit is saying, do not do things like, I have to get this done, or I have to put this out there. Have fun with it. Joy, laughter, letting go to joy and laughter. And then you've got the heart. So something or someone is going to be warming your heart, touching your heart. You're going to have much more meaningful connections with people. Your soul is leading you to much more meaningful connections, meaningful situations, meaningful circumstances and people that touch your heart, that you can touch their heart. You're opening up to a new level of emotional connecting, heart to heart, especially soul to soul and heart to heart, where you really feel seen, you feel heard, you feel like this person gets me, or these people. You're also going to find the place to share your gifts, is what I'm hearing. That's the next step for you, is where you're sharing your gifts. That is coming up for you. So it's going to be a locale, a group. You're going to be asked to share your gifts. Okay, Astro Dice to complete. All right, you're sharing gifts. We've got Mars and Gemini in the 12th house. You're bringing gifts. Psychic is the 12th house. You're bringing gifts from the subconscious, from your subconscious. Soul gifts are coming out now to put into some kind of publication or circulation. So whatever those ideas are, some of you it's writing. Some of you, it has a lot to do with communication. Some of you, it's social media. Some of you, it's small groups. Some of you will also be moving, I'm hearing, to a better location where you can share your gifts, where it's more conducive to the work that you do. Let's see, last soul message for you. Spirit team coming in, please lighten up. We got your back. Your soul is saying, as you open to your heart and your feelings, you open up more to your soul. Well, that's going to be your Soul Insights mantra. Thank you. Soul story number 1, soul. As I open up more to my feelings and my heart, I open up more to my soul. It's time for you to open more, to feel again, to feel more. It's time for you to open up. That's what your soul wants you to know. I love you. Much peace and light. Hello, soul light. Beautiful, radiant light. All right, I've been tuning into the energy of your vibrational frequency from your soul. You chose the Magus, the Magician. 1. There's something new emerging through you. You also chose creativity. And I feel creativity is very healing for you. The soul wants you to know your soul. You heal through creativity. You heal through creating. You feel empowered through creativity, and that you have all that you need for all that you want to create, all that you want to share. Your soul is saying it's time for you to look at problems as ways to connect in with your soul gifts and creative solutions. Your soul wants you to know that you are about to stand out from all the rest. Your soul is asking that you use the higher vibrational frequency of your truth through your 5th chakra of speaking your truth and creating a life that is much more truthful for you. You are being asked to now create a new reality, a new understanding of life and reality. You are being asked from your soul to be willing to stand out. Now, for many of you, I'm getting, the soul is saying publicly. There's something about you going more public with something. Now, is this public persona, teaching, sharing? Is this something that you're doing publicly? Or is this could even be around people that you are, family, being more public with what you really think and what you really believe. Okay, and you know the Magus or the Magician is Gemini energy. It's associated with Gemini and Virgo. So there's a lot about you putting your ideas into form right now. Your soul is saying, get it out of your head, get out of your head. Let me through, breathe in to me. So this is really, it's a message from your soul, which is you. Okay, this is the blueprint of you. That is coming through and saying, it's time to get out of your head. It's time for you to, there's certain things that you want to do. There's certain things that you want to finish up. And the soul is saying, it's time. It's time to do what you've been preparing for. Okay, a lot of you have been preparing for some kind of project or something creative. You want something more creative. Some of you, this creativity is shifting your reality. You want a whole new reboot on life, and that is coming. So you are in a phase of a lot to do. The soul is saying, don't put anything off. It's time to do. The soul is really, I can feel it through my crown and my heart chakra. My crown is just on tingling. It's like you're busting forth. You're busting through with all these ideas, these creative ideas, these plans. Some of you want to get rid of stuff and start anew, is what I'm hearing. And your soul is saying, do it, let's do it, let's go. So a lot of you are having to perhaps move through some doubts to get more to your soul. What is the soul here to do? So you're going to be getting that message. Wow, Temperance. So you're bringing some kind of balance in your life where you're doing more from a soul level. That's it. Your soul is saying, look, freedom. We got to free it. We got to have more. We got to do more. But this is also the card of moderation. So you really are going to have to check in with yourself to see what is the balance that you have right now in your life. Or are you doing things in a moderate way? Because moderation for you brings healing. So we've got Sagittarius and we've got Aquarius here. So you could have Sagittarius or Aquarius placements or someone in your life, but it's like your true freedom is going to come, soul story number 2, by balance, self-inquiry, and not overdoing. So your soul is saying there's been an issue with imbalance. I'm going to put that there. There's been an issue with something's not been balanced. What is that? Only you know. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do 2 more. Okay. All right, we've got 3 there. And look at balance. When I'm talking about balance, the 2 of Swords comes out. So there could be some indecision, but most likely you have to contemplate where there's too much or not enough in your life. This is a call for contemplation, for meditation, maybe getting those great ideas or problem solving through bringing in the higher mind. And that's underscored by the Hermit card, Virgo. So you've got, some of you could have Virgo placements, or the time of Virgo could be very important, because Virgo also is associated with the Magus, right? So again, make sure you're taking time out. I'm getting this time to renew, refresh. Don't push. That part of resting is creativity. It's like when we work out, we build muscle, not when we're doing the workout or if we're doing weights, not with the reps or the bands. It's that literally breaks down the body. It's the muscle, the tissue. It's the rebuilding where the muscle comes in or gets stronger. So rest is really important for you right now on a soul level, because your soul is saying that it's going to come through more for you when you rest. It's coming. You're going to hear the messages of your soul and the promptings and the inner guidance from your soul. You're going to feel your soul as to what is authentic to you when you take time off or you rest. So be very aware before you're awakening in the morning and before you're sleeping. Right before you sleep, as you're awakening, or when you feel like you're zoning out, or for some of you, literally when you're in the bath, or the shower, or maybe you're doing dishes or you're gardening. Just when your mind drifts, your soul is going to be coming to you. Okay? When your mind drifts, your soul is coming to you. And it's bringing you some kind of clear communication and deeper understanding. So you're connecting into the magician within you. Your soul is very much about manifesting and creating. Your soul loves to bring things into physical form. Your soul loves to manifest. Wow. Ace of Swords. Just when I said that. So the Ace of Swords is one of the magician's gifts, right? Because it rules the air and it rules the beginning. It's an air sign, right? It's air signs. Has to do with the ethers also. And receiving input from spirit, where you have the fairy realm, the fairy element. Right? So you have the cups here, you've got the sword, you've got the flame, you've got the earth with the pentacle. So there is a lot for you to really connect in, to get some kind of idea. And again, look at it's coming under meditation. That means when you're meditating or when you're doing something that just seems kind of like, oh, I'm checking out, or I went for a walk, or I kind of stared up in the sky and, oh, I got this download. I got this great idea, or I got this idea for who to call or what to do or what direction. So your soul is saying you need to commune more with me, commune with spirit. 3 of Wands, right under the Hermit. So a lot of you are also, the soul is saying you're going to be doing more to have more time on your hands for more kind of rejuvenation, maybe even having passive income, or you're going to have some products or something that you sell or something that you do that you can then do more for yourself. You can have more of an individual, more of a private life, more, you want to say, leisure, downtime, or time to do other things. The soul is, and then we've got the Lovers, Gemini. So this is very interesting. You chose the Magus, the magician, which the astrological correspondence to the magician is Gemini, which is also corresponds to the Lovers card, 6 and 9, which is the Hermit, which corresponds to Virgo. So you've got the 6 here and the 9. So that tells me you're working with 6 and 9. So 3, let's see if there's a 3. Well, there's a 3 here. Here we go. 3, 6, and 9. Those are the powerful numbers of manifestation. 3 is the creative principle. So at the Magus, the 1 energy, you get the idea, right? You get the spark. It's initiating something. At the 2, which is the High Priestess, it goes through an alchemical process, whatever it is that we're manifesting. It's the male aspect and the female aspect, divine masculine, divine feminine, the electrical aspect, the magnetic, the yang, or the yin and the yang. It comes together in the Empress, which is fertility, which is abundance, which is creativity. And the 4, the Emperor, is putting that creativity in form. So, for instance, the Empress has to do with pregnancy, whether an idea or a being. I've done a lot of readings for people and pulled the Empress, and they've found out they're pregnant. But when the baby is born, or the being is born in a physical form, that's more the territory of the Empress, or excuse me, the Emperor, because the Emperor has to do with physical form. So you're being asked to initiate right now. You're initiating a lot that's focusing you on a new level of creativity, or some kind of creative outlet, some kind of creative, outlet or input. Well, all these cards just fell. Yeah, so you're going to have to kind of rest and get your idea. Tune in and get your idea. Let's see what these cards bring. Oh, you're doing a lot of work on the shadow. This is interesting. You've got the shadow. Well, there is a shadow aspect of the magician. The earlier Thoth deck had 3 magicians: the black magician, the white, and a combination, because we're a little of both, right? So you could be getting clarity of purpose, or there could be people around you that are, I don't know, I'm getting there could be a lot of gossip. The soul is saying you've got to clear your energy. You've got to clear your energy field. Did I say Reiki earlier, doing something with energy work or Reiki? There's something about clearing out your energy field. Clearing out your energy. Is it beliefs? Is it other people's energy? Is there an influence that's around you? Sound will help you clear. So the shadow can be that this is a time your soul is stepping more into your power. Some of you have held yourself back. You haven't been as assertive in your life. So you're coming into a time of your life where you're going to be much more assertive. Wow, let's see what this comes up to. Whoa, as I just said assertive, power. Ooh, the magician, the male principle of whoa, I see what your soul is saying now. Wow. Whoa, soul story number 2. This is all about you wielding your power. Power of ideas, power of persuasion, power of getting what you want, what you need, what you want. And then taking a break. Some of you are going to be strategizing something. Power to transform your life. Power to help others transform their life. Power to go to your next level. So your shadow is power. And look at all that red there. You're very powerful, but you've held yourself back, or you have a soft power, but this is going to be a much more dynamic power. Work with sound healing, get yourself a crystal bowl, work with the root chakra specifically, the root. Kundalini energy too, I'm hearing. So 1st and 2nd chakra, humming, singing your name, repeating your name out loud, to hear and feel the vibration of your name is going to tap you into your power. So your soul is saying you're moving into solar power. This is the power of your identity. So, wow, you've got a lot that's coming up. Now, it could bring some power struggles. It could be within yourself or with other people. But I think people are going to begin to see your power. Let's see what area of life that is most affected. Wow, now that's interesting. 5th house, which is what soul story number to God. So where you have fun, romance, create things you're proud of. So you're going to move into this amazing creator being energy. This is all, the creative energy is going to help you transform your life. So you're moving into a power position in your life. Let's see the animal energies. Wow. Woo! Cobra, and look at that coloring. The red, the black, the connecting in to the potential, the possibilities. Wow. You are going through a huge, wow, powerful transformation. The very energy of you is changing. Get something red. Connect into the color red, brown for grounding, yellow, orange, kind of like a tangerine color, or orange, like even saffron. Really connect into your root. Now this is, to me, the Kundalini energy, the cobra. This is like, Kundalini energy is for creativity. You know, it's enjoyment too. It's sexual energy, sexual healing. It's the energy to renew, to heal oneself. So yeah, this is a really powerful time for you. Power, and you're a powerhouse, man. Your soul is like, hey, that's it. Stop. We're tired of living small. We're going to this next level. You're going to be saying to people, do not get in my way. So you probably, if you chose this soul story, you're probably, wow. And look what came out, creativity. And a 10. Creating a better reality. Some of you, this is like health, wellness, fitness, healing the body. Some of you, mental, emotional. It's healing. You are doing a complete change in your life. And you are embracing your power. You're feeling empowered. See, the 5th house also has to do with empowerment, feeling good about what we create or put out there in the world. For some of you, there is a child that you have. Could be teenager, but anyway, child, somebody that's is very powerful, is very creative. You may even do a project together. They're going to help you transform this energy. And the cobra, comes up. What's it? There's a dance, right? There's a dance with the cobra. And then the cobra dances and strikes. So you're finding your own rhythm. Wow, I am so happy for you. This is amazing, amazing. Wow. And then you've got Mother Earth. You're connecting into the creative energy of Mother Earth. Kundalini. This is another one. The Kundalini energy. The sacred spiral of life. The universal energy of creation as it manifests through us. At the base of the spine, Mother Earth. This is, to me, is also the Empress. So this is a time to not be small, to go for it. Those big ideas that you have, to put action. You're going to be taking wow, channeling universal light. It's all about the light. Look at the light in her aura, in her halo, in her crown, and in the aura. And that light is creativity. You create. Light is a form of creativity. I guess so is sound, so is vibration. So you're doing a deep dive really into sound, tone, vibration, vibrational healing, maybe vibrational medicine. Yeah, you're moving into a very powerful sphere where you're reclaiming, you're reconnecting in with your Kundalini energy. You're reconnecting in with the universal energy that is you. It's going to maybe take some time to kind of rest up, to recharge, because you're going to be making some decisions from a very powerful position. Soul story number 2. This position that's coming up for you is very much about you connecting into your own empowerment. Okay, let's see here. Wow, ring, eternity. So commitment. If some of you are pulling in a powerhouse, the soul is saying, powerhouse connections, But this is also alchemy here, which you've got alchemy here with the Temperance card. You've got this is the eternal ring. Okay, you've got the silver, the gold, you've got the lead, or the pewter, and then the transformation is you're connecting into an eternal source of healing. It's a very powerful time for you. I mean, you're dealing with power. Your soul is going to be blasting you with power. It's time for you to open up more to your power in your life. Ooh, yeah. I even feel your voice changing. You're moving into this power position in your life. You could call it leadership position. This is a very, very powerful time for you. Connect to power. It's the shadow. You've healed the shadow of power to move into your empowerment. Some of you have feared your own power. And the soul is saying, that's it. That's the beginning, the middle, and the end. So expect powerful connections. Your soul is saying it's time to reconnect to your power. Ooh. Your soul insights mantra for this part of your... Oh, wait. Gosh, do the astro dice. Ooh, I can feel your soul. God, it's a very nurturing soul, but it is very powerful. You've got you like to get things done. Okay. See any other soul message? Ooh, Gemini. There may be some crossover between soul story number 1 and soul story number 2. You've got Neptune in Gemini and the 3rd house of communication. I think why Spirit asked me to do these messages when I tuned into the spirit guides and oversouls is that a lot of people are stepping into their power, and that power has to be reflected through communication, through social media, through socials, through writing, through sharing, through your networks. That could be family. But it is about connecting into the spiritual, inspirational aspect of your being. And for you specifically, with creativity, you need to create. You need to look at yourself as a creator being, no matter what your circumstances. You are creating or recreating something in your life. For some of you, it changes where you live or how you live. There could be changes, even how you get around. That makes sense. Okay, that's the message for you I'm getting. All right. Ooh, I can feel that power. Ooh, wear red, wear red. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, as I align more to my soul, I align more to my true power. I am power. Ooh, that's your message. You are power. That's what the universe is. You are the universe. You're an aspect of the universe, however you want to look at it. You are power. The power to create, the power to be, the power to shift, the power to love. You are the power. You have the power. Lots of love and light. Hello, Radiant Soul Light. I'm doing a little cleanse in between each reading. You've got, where there's a will, there's a way. And I was hearing that song, I've Got the Power. Where there's a will, there's a way. Your soul wants you to know that you do have a lot of tenacity, resilience, flexibility, adaptability. Use it. You are showing up as the master teacher. I've got the Hierophant here, which corresponds to Taurus. There's something you're learning. You've been learning a lot in your life, and your soul is saying it's now time to share that. It's time to open, and you've got the ochre robes, which is interesting. That's the color of the sadhu, sadhu in Hinduism or the Buddhist monk, right? So you are an initiate. 5 comes in as the energy of victory, of new beginnings. Now 5 also represents, as you see here, like the Da Vinci's man here, as above is so below. And this is manifesting through the spirit realm, mental realm, emotional realm, physical realm, and on the material plane. So some of you could be metaphysicians, or you could be studying metaphysics more, spirituality, maybe occult, tarot, astrology. But your soul is saying a time is coming up where you're going to be speaking your deeper truth. You're going to be intervening. Some of you have some situations in your life personally that you're going to intervene, or you're going to be asked your opinion. Some of you are going on podcasts, radio shows, or starting your own, or you're writing something that this is my opinion, this is my belief, this is what I've studied. A lot of you are also master teachers, healers. Some of you, it could be through guides or therapists, or spiritual teacher, spiritual guide, but you're coming in as a teacher. It could be yoga, could be Reiki, but you're going to a next level, and your soul wants you to prepare for this next level. Now let's see what the preparation, where there was a will, there's a way. You're connecting the lower will, the little will, into the higher will, into the divine will. So you are going into a transformational process where literally your will center is being purified and redefined. So you're going to find that you have changes in your focus, what you want to do now. There's just a lot changing within you. It is also the time to seek more connection to your higher self, your soul is saying, and to respond more from the higher self. So there's a lot of deep healing through the ego is what I'm hearing, that maybe through traumas or certain situations that you went through in your life, there is a lot of healing from that. Now, some of you are creating your own, I heard, religion or spiritual group or center, doctrine, beliefs, schooling. You could have founded a school, or you're founding a school, or an app. There's something that you're doing that is going to better humanity. You're teaching certain principles, maybe meditation or some kind of spiritual principles. Okay, we got 2 more shuffles, and let's see. Oh, they said 1 more. Okay. 1 more. All right. Where there is a will, there is a way. And so you have to know that you have the will or the way. So some of you, we've got the 4 of Swords here. I'm feeling like some of you have kind of been, you've needed a break, you need a break, but you have to decide, are you slacking off? Because that can bring a lot of worry right now for you, okay? So some of you are creating your own time out. All right, we're going to look at that, the Hangman there, Pisces energy. So some of you are creating your own time out. Let's see what the soul has to say about that. What does that mean? The pause. Soul, what does that mean? Don't fear the time out. The devil. And I was going to say, don't fear the reap. Is it the reaper? The reaper? The reaper. Okay. Some of you are very musical, or music would help you, or singing songs, or you're going to be receiving messages through songs, through the lyrics. Now, you've got the devil here, and it's coming right under the 4 of Swords. So there's something, you don't want to get too caught up in overdoing or work, but you do need to, there are some things that you need to do. But you're wondering what? Okay, let's see. Got the Strength card. That's your resilience. Where there's a will, there's a way. Card of Leo. And then you've got the King of Chalices. Well, that's interesting because we've got the Queen. So I've got 2 messages for this soul group. The first one is those of you that are married or in a committed relationship, or some kind of situation that you feel you can't get out of. A job, something where you've been learning a lot. It specifically has to do with relationships. So if it's a job or a career or a place that you work, it has to do with the people that you work with. And your soul is saying you need to get through this and build your stamina and build your energetic reserves and connect to your intention to move through this. Some of you, this is in relationship. This is a couple situation where you don't feel you're on the same page, you're waiting it out. Some of you literally are going running. I'm seeing running, or you're going outdoors, or you're taking a trip, or you're traveling more, or you're doing more on your own because you're like, I can't figure this out. What am I supposed to, should I stay or should I go? What am I supposed to do? The soul is saying you need to connect into your own inner teacher, your own inner guide, the higher self, okay? The Hierophant is also the Pope. It's the higher self. It's the intermediator. That's why I say when we live more from our higher self, we're connecting to our soul. The higher self is the intermediary between the lower self, the ego, the avatar, the holographic imaging on the earth plane. Okay, there's the intermediary between the lower will and the higher will. So you have to pull through something. There's some circumstances in your life, and your soul is saying you have the strength to pull through. You will be able to pull through. Now, let me get a clarify. And it is very much for you about feeling the soul is saying, don't go to sleep. Stay awake. Don't hide. Don't do the distractions that you used to do. Yeah, there it is, 9 of Swords. So somebody in your life or you are really going through it. There could be sleepless nights, anxiety, thoughts that you can't quite turn off. Because the thing you need to get is a new perspective. So I would even say for you is do a headstand, or just bend, do a straddle position. Stand and straddle, put your legs out and just do a bend, do a forward bend. You need to get a new perspective. Your soul is coming in to give you this. So I want to see okay, 2 of Pentacles, working it out, working together. Okay, let me ask the soul, what is the message here? And I pulled this 2 of Swords. So the message is you can't work, you can only right now align. You're learning to let others do what they need to do. So you may be watching some people make mistakes or go in a direction that isn't great for them, or maybe somebody's asked your opinion, or they say, oh, I value your opinion, you've got all this knowledge, and they're not listening. And it's tormenting you. Some of you, this is someone very close to you. But your soul is saying, get it moving. Go out, do more for you, be in nature. Where there is a will, there's a way. You need to connect into the higher will, because some of the situations that you're facing right now in your soul path, you can't just do it by human will or making something happen. You've got to connect into your spirit, your spiritual essence. You've got to set things through, have the consistency, have the follow through, and then let it go. So you have to right now look at, okay, I can do this, but not all at once. With the Hangman here, there's time is a process. With the Devil card here, ruled by Capricorn, Capricorn rules time, rules process, rules step-by-step things, building something step-by-step. So that you can't take shortcuts. Your soul is saying, don't take any shortcuts right now. Keep it all to process, step-by-step. Check in with your feelings. Check in with how you're feeling about something. Do you need more rest? Do you need downtime? Is somebody encroaching on your boundaries? Don't overstuff. Don't go asleep. Don't do activities or eat things or ingest things that cause you to numb out. So the Devil card here is also signaling the balance between going within to get your answers. 2 of Swords here. The 2 of Pentacles has to do with a balance between action, or mental body and emotional body, physical body and emotional body. Could be balance of finances, right? So it's telling you to take a balanced approach, that you can't, that things are in Spirit's hands. The soul is saying things are unfolding as they need to. Things are in Spirit's hands. The way that things are evolving in the right way, in the right time. Again, the Devil card, ruled by Capricorn, has a lot to do with Saturn learning lessons, and you've got the Hierophant. So your soul is saying you're going through a learning lesson. You're learning a lot right now about patience, about building, about step-by-step, about letting others have their process. And when it gets too much, going and doing your own thing, or having a healthy distraction, a healthy retreat. doing more for yourself. For some of you, it's also eating better, okay? Eating healthier, doing healthier, more life-confirming, life-affirming activities. So Saturn rules, again, the devil rules Capricorn, rules Chronos, has to do with time. So you're learning a Saturn lesson, or a few of them: time, patience, to get the clarity through the energy of the Hangman. Now let's see what area of your life is most affected. The 10th house has to do with your business, your achievements and status in the outer world. So where there is a will, there is a way. Keep to your will, keep persevering, keep persisting, but do it in a balanced way. Your soul is saying you're going to make it happen. Whatever it is you want to create in your world right now, and a lot of you, it has to do with your career, achievement in the outer world, how people see you, but it also has to do with your destiny. So there is a destiny, but what you want to build. And by the way, this Saturn rules the 10th house. The 10th house is the house of Capricorn. So this is all about outer achievement, even with this runner here. What's the conditioning that you need to do right now? Soul story number 3. What do you need to do to condition yourself? Is it literally physical movement, getting the body in physical shape? Is it taking a walk so you connect to your vitality? Is it eating better? Is it meditating when you have anxiety? Is it nurturing yourself? Is it cooking more for yourself? Is it balancing your life more, blending more? A lot of you are creating something new to go in a new direction. This is an entrepreneurial energy. This is an energy that has to do with changes in career. But the soul is saying, remember that your outer life is a reflection of your inner life. So the next steps for your career have to also do with spirituality. Okay? It has to do with spirit and spirituality. Let's look at the animal medicine, the energy of the animal medicine that can help bear. Bears hibernate, bears go within, bears store up. So there could be something about storing up, support, money, energy, food. Bears are both communal and solitary. So again, a balance of being around people and also being on your own. Bears also have to have a level of command and leadership. So connect into bear medicine. Are you coming out of hibernation, or do you need to go back into hibernation? Or are you balancing between hibernating, going within, as in the Hangman and the Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords, meditation, and then going out? Bears are very deliberate in when they go out to either get food or berries or frolic. They can be very playful. So let's see. All right. So the message is, and to be firm like a bear. Bears are they can be very playful, but they can be very firm. Now you've also got power. So this is about you stepping into your power in a creative way, in a public way. You've also got boundaries. That's what I thought. There's a lot with you with boundaries, that you have to have good boundaries. Let's see this one. Oh, there's 2 cards here, I think. Boundaries and colorful. You're learning to be yourself. You're learning to connect in. This is a big... So for your external life or public life or your career to be successful, you need to connect into your power, which is through your inner knowing, the Hierophant. Have good boundaries, whatever that means for you, with your energy and what, who and what you allow in. And then colorful, being yourself. So this is a lot about you being yourself, being comfortable being yourself. Wow. And then you've got the house, the manor. So some of you, the soul's saying this could come from a house or working for a house, working from home. But I also feel that it has to do with a firm foundation in your life at this time. and you're building a firm foundation based on better boundaries, your own power, empowerment, and being yourself. And you've learned to do this. Some of you may be even teaching others or sharing with others of how to do this. So there's a lot of balance between your personal and private life, your personal, private goals, desires, needs, and wants, and the 10th house, your goals, desires, needs, and wants on a career or public level, the public self. The soul is saying you're going to be more public. So learn to nurture, learn to go within, and learn to have boundaries between the public you, or in the expectations of the public you and private you. All right, let's do the astro dice. Wow, North Node. The North Node in Leo. Getting out there, self-expression, and in the 8th house. So there's money for you to, just tipped over, there's money for you to be made, or resources be open to being given to by being you. Leo, the North Node in Leo is colorful, is self-expression. So you're learning how to express in your own way. That's a big learning lesson for you. And the North Node is saying, focus on giving, focus on asking for help or getting support. The soul is saying the support is coming. Just be you, be your individual self, connect to your soul. Don't expect you to have the same life externally or in the public self as in the private self or private sector. Let me see if there's another message. Where there's a will, there's a way. You're using your will center through your creativity and self-expression. And that is the path that you're to be taking. It's the path of the outer self, outer personality. It's about career and achievement right now. And you're achieving through the soul. A lot of you, the achievement's going to come through teaching. You're a master teacher, and finding the creative ways that you'd like to teach and setting up options, whether it's passive income, income through other platforms, other opportunities. You're really going to be diversifying. All right, Radiant Soul Light, your soul insights mantra to support you on this part of your path is, I am now aligning to my soul and feeling the power of my soul to transform my life, to learn the lessons I need to learn, and help others learn the lessons they need to learn on their life path. Wow, okay. Lots of love and light. Hello, Soul Light. Wonderful to connect with you. This is Soul Story number 4. Wow. If you chose as above, so below. This is the connection into the light body, into the Merkaba. As within, as without. The past, the present, and the future meld into one. We've got the flower of life here. This is the card of infinite creation and infinite possibilities, which is what you chose here. Infinite possibilities. Your soul wants you to know that you are radically shifting. There are major changes. Now, right now, some of the changes could be very subtle. They could be happening in the subtle energy. They could be happening with your mindset. It's almost as if the changes that have been happening for you, for some of you, have been a little bit imperceptible, or you've felt the change. You have even felt your energy change. You felt uplifted. You feel a different quality of energy. You're changing maybe your identity, or how you navigate the world. Maybe what your hair, your color, what you dress, what you look like, what's important to you is changing. Your soul is wanting you to know that you are an infinite possibility. And you are now connecting to infinite possibilities. Your soul wants you to grow and glow. Your soul is saying that there is a major glow up for you. There is a time of recognition at hand. There is a time right now of you focusing on a much bigger life. Something is changing in the scale of how you live. For some of you, the soul is saying, expect luxury and abundance. Okay, your soul is also saying to think bigger. Your soul wants you to focus on a bigger dream goal, a bigger agenda, a bigger focus. There is something you have been wanting to do that you haven't thought was possible, and your soul is saying it is possible, it is highly probable, and it will happen. Your soul is saying that there is something that you have been wanting to do that is going to happen. Okay? Your soul is saying you are now being infused with much more spiritual energy. Wow. And it's all to do, you've got the Two of Swords here. So this is a lot of making decisions from the higher perspective, the higher plane, of connecting in through meditation to the meditative state of awareness. And this is understanding that you are creating a lot by your intention. Your soul wants you to know that if you've been feeling off, you need to readjust your intention. I've got the Five of Wands in the center. Don't burn out. Your soul is saying, do not burn out. Then you've got the Lovers, Gemini energy. This is a time where you have to fiercely trust your intuition. A lot is happening. I'm hearing the word intuitionally, from your intuition. This is about intentional living also. And this is about being guided by your intuition, your gut knowing, a feeling. You're getting a feeling of what you should do or what direction you should go in. Eight of Pentacles. Your soul's saying, I see the work that you're doing. Soul wants you to bring, that's under the Two of Swords. And then you've got another two for Two of Pentacles. So there's a lot of balancing, and there's going to be a lot of change. So you are kind of out with the old, in with the new. I'm getting, your soul is definitely saying, look, Michele, a lot of these people are going through changes very subtly, like a different way of thinking or being, or different focus, that it's not yet big change, outer change, or sweeping change. Some of you may be thinking, oh, why hasn't my outer world or outer life changed a lot? And just as I said that, we've got the Nine of Swords. Some of you, the soul is saying, stop. There's certain things you're watching or ingest that you need to let go of. Now, you've got the Nine of Swords and you've got the Vulture here. So some of you need, you have to be aware of what you're watching, especially late at night, what you're ingesting. To not let, okay, but there's a lot of rebirth here. You've got bats here. You've got a kind of a spider bug, looks like, and then the vulture. So some of you, this is about purification, a cleanse, but it could be thoughts or ideas, but also it's saying, don't let negativity or other people's ideas or energy, you're very sensitive to energy, don't let other people's energy interfere or mess with your energy. You are in a time of rebirth. So this isn't just change or, let's say, death or birth. You're in a rebirth. You're in a huge rebirth cycle. All right, let's get some clarification on this. You've been working a lot on yourself. There's a lot of daily to do with that Five of Wands. There's a lot of consistency, persistent effort. It seems like a lot is, you've been doing, there's a lot of drudgery on the mundane level. Your soul is saying you're about to have a breakthrough. Some of you, this breakthrough comes in a new direction. There could be a new house, a new way of living, a new environment, a new city, state. You could move out of the country. Okay, hold on. What is the soul saying? Wow, you're at the apex of creation. Don't block or don't stop yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Okay, now just as I said that, wow, Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Tower, Mars energy. But you have the High Priestess, Pisces. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which I almost wanted to say was I feel like this is the Ten of Pentacles in a way. So this is the renewal. This is the rebirth. This is the rebirth of a better time in your life. Some of you, this means relationship or couple, being a couple with someone. For some of you, this is a relationship goes to a deeper level. Your soul is saying, okay, it's from the Akashic. This is from, you're at a time in your life where you're meant to work with other people or work with someone, or you're going to be partnered. So this is a group that definitely has a soulmate partnership coming in. If you're in a relationship, it's saying work within the boundaries of your relationship. Work with your relationship. Now, the High Priestess had come out first, then the Tower, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So these changes bring a renewal to your life. So I feel what I'm getting from your soul is that these changes have been happening so much, but you have so much going on in the 3D world that you're not totally noticing these changes, or how your life, your world is up leveling, okay? And you're not quite aware of this amazing energy that's coming in, this creative energy of vitality. All right, we're going to look and see what areas, in your life are being most affected with my zodiac sign cards, planetary cards, astrology. Wow, this one wants to come in. The first house, what people see and the impression that you give. So this is all about you. I feel for many of you, this is about you being seen, listened to, heard, acknowledged, and understood. This is about you being seen in the world. And this is also changing your perception of how you view the world, or how you see your life, or how you see the world in general, or how you see the world of manifested form. But your soul is saying it's time for you to be seen and to focus on you. So many of you may have felt overlooked or misunderstood, or you didn't gain the traction that you wanted to in something, and that's changing. Okay, they're asking me to pull another card. There's one other area they're saying. That's the first house, the house of self. Let's see, and the 12th house. Okay, so I see the 1st and the 12th. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield. Okay, well, this is the High Priestess also. So this is a destiny. Their soul is saying your destiny is changing. Many of you have had a different destiny or different focus, or you've burnt off, I hate for lack of word, karma, or old patterning or conditioning, or old agreements that are complete. So you are stepping really into the unknown, and let your star guide you, your inner star. A lot of you work other dimensionally, you work with guides, you have a galactic connection, an extraterrestrial connection, a starseed connection. Many of you are leaders or teachers, but you're about to be partnered with someone to help you in your life. Now, it could be business, it could be a creative partnership, collegial partner. It could be a intimate partner, a soulmate, a partner. Some of for you are different partnerships, different people that are partnering with you in your life at this time. Okay? So the soul wants you to know that you're very much in a time of destiny. This is your destiny unfolding. So you don't have a lot of control. Soul story number 4, if you're trying to control events or hurry something or slow something down, your soul wants you to know you're not going to be able to do it, because you are in a time of destiny. Okay, this card, whoa, and I knew it. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Spider and fire ant. And I actually did a reading earlier today in between this one, and I was looking at fire ant, which is all about community, is all about being inspired. You know, if you've ever stepped on a fire ant, that moves you. It moves your body into movement to get away. But with the yellow here, this is all about there's a lot with the solar plexus, sacral, and also root chakra for you. With this yellow, orange, vitality coming back, red, passion. So you have a passion and a purpose to work with certain groups. I feel your group is changing. You're going to be connecting more with artists, creatives. There's a creative project out into the world. You've got spider energy, which has to do with weaving a new story. Spider medicine also has to do with creativity, self-expression, which the highest level of self-expression is soul expression. So you're going to be working, coming with others and working together. There's also something planetary, maybe on the earth plane, that you're saving. It could be a network that saves a certain book or books or ideas or ways of being. You are a sacred wisdom keeper. You have a lot of wisdom. The only thing, the caution from the soul, is not to get too petty. Sometimes you can be petty, soul story number 4. Now look at the color here. They're the same colors. You see that? So these are the colors of the rainbow, the colors of the general traditional colors of the chakra. So you're tapping into the universal energetic structure, the divine matrix of the infinite source of creation. You're connecting into the innate, infinite intelligence of the universe, okay? God, consciousness, the all that is. You are tapping into the innate, infinite intelligence of the universe and creativity, infinite possibilities. You have a lot of creative power right now. I feel you could do just about anything or anything. You heal your body, heal your mind, help others, heal others. This is a time to create a new story based on empowerment, inspiration, intentional living, inspired action. Get to it. Get to whatever you need to do. Open the door to be with others. Now, you're getting a lot of your messaging, I feel, some of you, at night. Your dreams are very active. Wow, this is very, very powerful. Ooh, I'm loving this. Woo, I'm loving this. Okay, so connect to the fire ant and the spider. Wow. So the idea, the mental realm, and then the fire realm of passion and purpose, I call it being soul-fueled and spirit-led, being led by the messages of spirit that's descending and coming down upon you, that you're downloading these messages. You're receiving the insight and the inspiration that gets you in a new direction, okay? This is destiny. You're living out your path to destiny. You have a very fated life. You have a specific destiny that you came in with. All right, let's look at these oracle cards. Independence, showing that you're very independent and do not lose your independent nature. So you're getting your very own specific messages from source energy, from healing source energy. Letting go of the past. So you're letting go. That's what this whole rebirth is about. You have to let go of what didn't work on an ego level, or you know, and move more into the spirit of joy. What brings you joy? Joy for you, inspiration, inspired action is your barometer. It's part of your navigational system, is what I'm hearing to tell you, okay? So you're navigating by joy. What makes you feel joyful? What puts you into that focus of joy, creativity, creative problem solving? All right, let's see. Wow, this one just poked out. Do you see that? It just popped out. Personal power. Sacral and root chakra activated. Wow. So this is also the solar connecting into the solar plexus chakra. Using your will, your creativity, connecting on possibilities. You need to look at what is possible. You're manifesting from a place of possibilities. You're feeling your power, your empowerment. The number here is 13. 13, the card of change, transformation, death, rebirth. You are in a rebirth cycle. You're still letting go. There's a little bit of death, but you're moving on your own. So if you're partnered, the partnership goes to its next level. Many of you, I feel, are not partnered. Let's see, let's look at other cards. Another message, there we go. Wow, holistic health and visualization. Look at that. We've got the energy, Kundalini energy coming up, vitality, health, healing energy. I think the caduceus is actually one, what do you call it? One snake, like the Ouroboros. The 2, I believe, is Kundalini. That tells me you're meant to partner. Now, some of you do have which I hate that term, twin soul, twin flame, but you have a soulmate, a destiny mate, a soulmate that's a create mate, a life mate. You have a partner coming in. It is a complement to you. There's a corresponding energy to this person coming in, and you've been visualizing them. You've been envisioning them and the life you want to live. So you're definitely healing. Some of you could be in the health field or spiritual life coach or whatever. You definitely, but your healing comes from focusing on responsibility in a creative, light way, lightening up with what you're doing, letting go of what you were doing in the past or preconceived ideas. Be very open to Spirit's inspiration. The soul is saying you're getting the messages and the guidance, how to do things differently, how to be more independent in your life. So some of you, these infinite possibilities are bringing options creatively and financially. There could be new directions financially. Maybe you want to visualize, do a vision board, really focus on visualization at this time. That could be very, I'm going to put that, your personal power, health and healing, the root chakra. A lot of you could have had low back problems or issues. That's being healed. Any headaches is now being healed. Stomach aches being healed. Okay, let's see. One more card here. Any message for soul story number 4? Ooh, soul story number 4. I know you have a lot to say. Let's just get one additional message. The soul is saying focus on infinite possibilities, focus on expansion, expression, self-expression, focus on meeting new people, and notice how you view the world. Okay, I'm going to take them because notice how you view the world has changed. There's a man. So if you want to call it divine masculine, a man, a counterpart coming in. Now, I do feel it will be somebody, for some of you, it is a person in a man body, whatever the PC way of saying things is nowadays. Spirit doesn't get involved in that kind of stuff. But there is, and also you're going to be connecting more into your male energy of initiation, getting things done, going out there in the world. But some of you, you're meeting someone that has that kind of energy to help activate you, to help get you out there in the world more. Ooh, we got the moon that also connects into the high priestess here. So definitely connecting into your lunar nature. Pay attention to your moon cycles. Your moon is going to be a good barometer for navigating your life as to what's important to you. And also this is telling me you're getting messages in the dream state or at night. Might get messages or ideas which you carry out in the daytime. And this is also saying to connect into your psychic aspect of your being, your intuition. This also could be doing, maybe you do readings, or maybe you're in the occult or tarot or astrology. That could be part of the direction. And then we've got the house. Now this is interesting because you've got the house here, you've got first house, and then you've got the house here with the lovers. So a lot of you will have the funds or the money to buy the house that you want, or live or rent or change. Could be a career change I'm hearing from the soul. There is a living differently, maybe more in the country or where there's more space if you're living in the city, or if you have an apartment or a condo or a townhouse, I do feel you're going to have more plants or garden. So you're creating a different foundation. a lot of you are going to have the house, the home of your dreams, the family life that you have wanted, and you're searching for that. Your soul is saying you've been looking for that counterpart. You've been looking for the complementary. You've been looking for the other half of your life, and it's not just a person, it's what completes you. So you are in a cycle with this rebirth of completion. There is something completing you. Now that may be you get to the right house, the right place, the right environment, the right city, the state, the country, and you're like, oh my God, this nurtures my soul. This is where I need it to be. This is where I want to be. That's where you're going. All right, let's look at the Astro Dice. Oh, house, fourth house, Saturn. So there was restriction growing up. Saturn in Taurus in the fourth house. So you have to have patience. You're building a new foundation. Some of you, there could have been issues with the father. There could have been issues with the father or father figure or the male principle, whether external to you, the male principle within you. You're healing that so that you get out there in the world. Some of you could have Taurus prominently in your chart. So Saturn in Taurus, you're owed a house, you're owed a home. You could be meeting someone that brings a home, or you move in with someone, or you buy a home, or rent a home, whatever it is, lease, but you are going to get that home that you want. Your soul wants you to know you are promised a home. The living conditions that really connect you and attune you to your heart and align you and connect you to your soul. You are getting that. Okay, so you're freeing up from some limitations in the past. Your soul is saying there's been a lot of deep healing, and I see that also by the Eight of Swords here, or Eight of Pentacles rather. Been a lot of healing, a lot of inner work. All right, Radiant Soul Light, those are your soul messages. Your soul insights mantra is I am now free to live out my destiny. You have a good destiny. And for some of you, it is, I now feel the connection between my soul and heart and live out my soul expression and soul experience in this dimension and reality. All right, Radiant Soul Light, lots of love, light, and a big hug.